I was a woman that worked her way through college, paid every dime of it, and I graduated magna cum laude. I was a woman who got an MBA and was a consultant traveling all over the Southeast by myself. And this was before, we had cell phones with a map on it. You had to fly in, go to the rentals car, then, draw out how to get to the hotel. And you have to turn on your light and look at your directions to try to get there. And the next morning, get up and go to customer site. There was no phone to guide you, there was no GPS. So, we had to do things the old fashioned way. And I turned into a woman who was afraid to speak her mind, who was self-conscious of everything she said or did, had no friends because she second guessed everything that she said. I never left the house. My whole world became my children and my ex-husband and my home. And I began to drink, not so much at first, a glass or two of wine at night, and then more and more, and just shutting down and shutting down and shutting down. It was a terrible experience.
Sean, I'm gonna go back a minute. When you came back from your honeymoon, and once again, thank you for coming on and sharing this story. You said you contacted your friend. What was the reasons that you contacted your friend? What were you feeling at that moment when you contacted your friend?
Pain, hopelessness, regret. But, we didn't know what narcissism was back then. And my ex husband presented himself in such a way as such a nice guy. And we had a pretty home together and he had a nice job. And she said to me, the first year of marriage is always difficult. You'll get through this. It's just an adjustment. But that's not what it was. It was abuse. It was someone trying to control me and shut me down and manipulate me.
Did your parents witness this as well?
Interesting you should say that. My mom, the whole time, she would say to me, Peter's controlling. He's controlling. You've changed since you've met him. You're not the same person. You're not the same person. My father never said anything to me, but interestingly enough, after my divorce, my mother shared with me that my father had a lot of concerns around Peter and worried for me.
It seems like I get it. You're Catholic, correct?
Yes, and did not want a divorce. Did
And
not.
didn't want a divorce. You stayed in it despite. Well, let me rephrase that. You stayed in a situation because you wasn't familiar with the new environment, the new medical terminology, narcissistic personalities or whatever. This is unfamiliar territory. But with that said, you have a set of four twins. Does that
Well, let me
change? Does that change the dynamic of his personality? How does that affect you guys? Is it a positive? Is it a negative?